Next group of women I see a lot in perimenopause are women who've got awful anxiety.
Yeah.
And they can be sort of two groups, one who've always been quite anxious and it's now worse than ever. And then another group who've never been anxious and they are literally feeling like everything is terrifying. But this anxiety is very, very troubling. I have had patients give up their job because
Yes.
they've become too anxious to even go to work or too anxious to do a presentation that they used to always give every month at work. They just can't do it anymore. What is going on there?
Yeah, it's multifaceted, as you said, and I wish I knew the complete answer to that. And the research, as we know, is lagging well behind the actual women's experience of it. We know women are having this, but we're talking about it, and now they're starting to research it. So, as you say, with two different groups, it's very interesting. So, with the group that's never had anxiety before, they're slightly easier to treat because they have an awareness of cognitions that told them something different. They have an awareness that maybe this isn't a fact, because part of cognitive behavior therapy is helping the brain figure out what is fact and what is just being produced as perhaps, a biological process. What is fact and what isn't. And for these women, it's easier because they can sense that. Well, easier, I didn't say easy. It's easier because the sense that I know as a fact I am a good driver. I've always got a sense that I can navigate those Sydney roads. I've got a sense that I am capable. And we can then use that to sort of generate, well, what's different now? What do you think's happening now? And is this a feeling rather than a fact? So we're giving these women the concept of seeing this as a choice, because otherwise when those thoughts come up very rapidly, we see them as the truth. And cognitive behavior therapy is us stepping back from that, observing those thoughts and having choice. Because if we do not give women choice inside their own brains, they will then work on that as if it is a fact. So I can't drive anymore. If you don't challenge that, then that becomes a fact.
Yes.
I can't possibly drive in Sydney. No challenge. The brain sees that as a fact. The brain is stupid and clever all at the same time. It wants to help you. So if you have a thought, I can't drive in Sydney anymore, it'll go, okay, well, let's not do that then. Let's get a plan for not being able to drive in Sydney, and it'll just go down that pathway.
Yeah.
Whereas if we see ourselves as, those of you who've seen the movies Inside Out, where it really gets that idea of there being a controller as being self, and I can observe my thoughts, I can see what they are, see what they're saying, and then have some choice about whether they're the truth or whether they've been generated by an adrenaline surge, changing hormones, perhaps something someone said to me when I was younger, but I have choice now what I do with that thought.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, love Inside Out. Love that movie. It's so good.
Yeah, that panic attack and that was just nailed.
Oh,
So good.
so good.
Yeah.